Jerusalem. Prince William began his visit to Israel on Tuesday with an emotional visit to Jerusalem's Yad Vashem Holocaust Memorial and a meeting with two survivors who escaped Nazi Germany for the safety of Britain. Yad Vashem chairman Avner Shalev, who guided the Duke of Cambridge through the museum's exhibitions detailing Nazi Germany's genocide of 6 million Jews during World War II, said the prince was visibly moved as he stopped to inquire about various elements of the Holocaust. The theme that repeated itself throughout the entire visit was his wondering of what kind of deep hatred could have driven people to commit such horrific acts. Yad Vashem chairman Avner Shalev said, Debbie Hill, the Associated Press. The theme that repeated itself throughout the entire visit was his wondering of what kind of deep hatred could have driven people to commit such horrific acts. Shalev told the Associated Press. He kept saying, how did they get to such a place? He really identified with the victims. The hour-and-a-half visit included a ceremony in which he placed a wreath on a concrete slab containing the ashes of Holocaust victims and a brief meeting with a pair of survivors from the Kindertransport, a rescue effort for some 12,000 children who were sent from Germany to Britain on the eve of World War II. Henry Foner, who was fostered by a Jewish family in Swansea, Wales, and later served overseas for the British Army, said it was like a fairy tale for a refugee child like himself to meet a member of the royal family 8 decades after the country rescued him. Article continued below. I'm very grateful to Britain because it saved my life. It's as simple as that, said Foner, 86. It was as if he knew us, he knew the background and he made us feel so at home. It's as if you had met a friend you hadn't seen in a while. Read more. Prince William tours Jordan's Roman ruins, meets with refugees in high-profile Mideast visit and signing the Yad Vashem guest book. The prince called it a profoundly moving experience, and said the Holocaust was almost impossible to comprehend. The hour-and-a-half visit included a ceremony in which Prince William placed a wreath on a concrete slab containing the ashes of Holocaust victims. Pool. Getty Images. He noted with pride that his great-grandmother had been recognized as a righteous among the nations, the highest honor Israel grants to non-Jews who risked their lives to save Jews during the Holocaust. Princess Alice hid 3 members of the Cohen family in her palace in Athens during the Nazi occupation of Greece in World War II. Thanks to her efforts, the Cohen family survived and today lives in France. Princess died in 1969, and in 1988 her remains were brought to Jerusalem. Prince William plans to visit her gravesite later in the week as part of his tour of Jerusalem landmarks. The prince is the first member of the British royal family to pay an official visit to Israel. Though the trip is being billed as non-political, the prince is meeting with Israeli and Palestinian leaders and visiting sites at the heart of the century-old conflict. Article continued below. 3 decades of British rule between the 2 world wars helped establish some of the fault lines of today's Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and Britain's withdrawal in 1948 led to the eventual establishment of Israel and Jordan, where he kicked off the 5-day Mideast tour on Sunday. For the 36-year-old William, second in line to the throne, it marks a high-profile visit that could burnish his international credentials. After Yad Vashem, he met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his wife Sarah, accompanied by descendants of the Cohen family Princess Alice had saved. Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, visits the Yad Vashem Holocaust Memorial and Museum during his official tour of Jordan, Israel and the occupied Palestinian territories. Chris Jackson, Getty Images. Later, President Reuven Rivlin told the prince about his childhood in Jerusalem living under the British mandate and asked him to deliver a message of peace to Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas, whom he will meet later in the week. The Palestinians are also eager to welcome the prince, hoping his visit will give them a boost as they struggle with a Trump administration they consider biased toward Israel. The prince will try to deftly dodge politics as he later visits East Jerusalem, which Israel captured in the 1967 Mideast War and annexed in a move not internationally recognized. Israel considers East Jerusalem, home to holy sites sacred to Jews, Christians and Muslims, as an inseparable part of its capital. The Palestinians claim East Jerusalem is their future capital. Prince presented Rivlin, an avid football fan, with a jersey of his favorite Premier League team, Liverpool, and expressed how eager he was to dive into his first visit to the Holy Land. "I'm really looking forward to getting to meet as many Israelis as possible and understand Israeli history and Israeli culture," the prince said. "I'm very much looking forward to really absorbing and understanding the different issues." William then departed for coastal Tel Aviv to attend a football game of young Jewish and Arab players. He was also to meet the mayor of Tel Aviv and attend a reception held by the British ambassador that will include demonstrations by Israeli tech startups.